Okay. All right, so you take the bottom of the fraction on the left and factor it into x plus 5, x minus 5. What is the one on the right factor into?
5 and 1.
X plus 5 and x plus 1. Awesome. So now we need to tack some things on there in order to make the denominators the same. So I need an x plus 1 over here, which means an x plus 1 right there.
X minus 5.
And an x minus 5 here, which means
I have a
an
question.
x minus 5 there. Okay? Yeah, what's your question?
2 and 3.
What's that?
Why couldn't it be x?
Okay, so Taylor says when I'm factoring this right here, why did we not choose 2 and 3?
Because he did the opposite.
He did it backwards. Yes, we needed to multiply to be this number and add to be this. You went multiply to.
Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
All right, so that means now I can distribute on the top there and get 4x plus 4. Distribute on the top over here and get 6x minus 30. And that's all over x plus 1 times x plus 5 times x minus 5. Combine my like terms on top gives me 10x. Whoop. That's what I was writing was a 26, not a 24, I'm sure. Okay, so x plus 1, x plus 5, x minus 5. What can I factor out of 10x minus 26? A what? The 2? Which does us absolutely no good whatsoever. So really, either of these two answers would be fine because there was no canceling that happened at the end. So the factoring out the 2 was kind of unnecessary. Okay, Jenna, does that make sense? All right, any other questions? Yeah.
11.
11 through what? Wow, I don't think I'm going to do all of those. Is there a couple that I can take for you from there?
Okay, 14.
14.
Number 2, 2 parentheses 6y plus 3 close parentheses over 2 squared minus 5.
Okay. Okay, so you're doing the bottom left? Okay, so Hua says for the bottom left that this factors into x plus 6 times x plus 6.
Is that wrong?
That is in fact wrong.
Why is that wrong?
Why is that wrong? Right, because they have to add up to 0. It needs to multiply to be 36 and add to 0. These do not.
Positive times negative is positive.
I was supposed to say that more patiently.
Negative.
X squared plus 36 does not factor. Okay? So you leave it. Okay? Well, you just leave this part, but there's other things
Plus
up here to
36
do.
on the other side.
There are, okay, we are not adding these, right? So we don't need to get a common
Oh
denominator.
my gosh.
That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to factor things so that they cancel, but we don't need to get a common denominator in this case because we're not adding or subtracting.
You do the top negative.
I can do the top. What can I factor out of the top?
Negative 3.
What can I factor out of x squared minus 6x? X, which would leave me x minus 6. What can I factor out of this? I can make that into x times x, okay? So there's not much that we can do here. This cancels with that x right there, and then our final answer is x minus 6 times x plus 6 over x times x squared plus 36. Okay? So remember, you have to pay attention to what the problem is asking you to do. The only time we need a common denominator is when you're adding or subtracting. All right. Mary, you want to pick another one or two? 18.
What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing at this.
You're free.
All right. Somebody factor something. Okay, here we can factor y out of that and leave it as y times y minus 2.
Bottom right is 6 and 3. Negative
Okay,
6.
bottom right is y and y.
Minus 5 minus 3.
Wait, 6 and 3 is 9.
I meant 5. Oh, never mind. Didn't work.
So what is it? 9 and 2.
Okay.
And they're both negative. Okay. Okay, good. Top right here, I can factor into y minus 9 times y plus 9 because this is y squared minus 81. That's the difference of two squares that will factor. This is x squared plus 36. That's why one works and the other one doesn't. Okay? Yeah.
Wouldn't it be y plus 9 y?
Wouldn't it be what?
Y plus 9
For this one right here?
Yeah.
Well, I need them to multiply together to be positive 18, so they either need to both be negative or both be positive.
Oh, I was looking at the other one.
Oh,
Y
okay.
squared plus
Let's factor this.
2 and 9.
2 and 9. And can I get a sign on those?
Minus 2 plus 9.
Minus 2 plus 9. Okay, so now everything is factored completely, so now we get to cancel. So y minus 9, y minus 9, y minus 2, y minus 2, y plus 9, y plus 9.
Y over y. Nice job, Taylor.
Okay? All right, Michaela, are you yelling at me back there? 5?
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Okay, so since we are, since we're jumping backwards here, now we're back in the adding and subtracting, and so we do, in this case, have to get a common denominator. So n squared minus 16
Plus 4 minus 4.
factors into plus 4 minus 4. All right, so in order to get a common denominator,
N minus 4.
I only need to add an n minus 4 onto this side, or I
You
should
have to
say
go on the top too.
multiply by an n minus 4 on that
What
side.
did you?
Okay, now when this negative sign is in the middle there, it kind of freaks you guys out. It goes to one or the other. It can't go to both, because if it went to both, it would
Why
cancel
can't
and
we
make
just
it
leave it in
positive.
front? Oh my
But at
God.
some point I have to decide what to do with it.
No,
And I'm going to just put it on the top,
like normal.
okay? So negative 2 times n is negative 2n, and negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8, okay? And then this negative also, I'm going to move up to the top for the negative n squared, and then that's going to be over n minus 4 times n plus 4. All right?
Wait,
Use that in.
because that's subtract.
Wait.
Yeah, because it was minus n squared.
Can we take?
Okay, now I might be able to factor the top in such a way that it cancels with something on the bottom, so I need to check that out. But the fact that I have now a negative n squared throws
You
everything
need
off.
to change it.
So I'm going to change it back. I'm going to really tick you guys off. I'm going to put the negative back down here and make this positive n squared, positive 2n, and negative 8. Maybe it was a bad idea for me to bring that up to the top. What does this factor into?
You got a
N minus what?
4.
N minus 2, n plus 4, right? Okay. And then that means that the n plus 4s do in fact cancel, so it's a good thing we did that. So my final answer is n minus 2 over n minus 4. This? Nope. How would I do that?
2 over 4. Can it be 1 over 2?
If it's not multiple.
Okay, yeah, it's not multiplication. We've gone through this about 27 different times. At this point, I can't cancel the ends, and I cannot reduce the 2 and the 4 because this is subtraction, this is division. And subtraction and division are not inverses of each other, so I can only cancel things when they
Can
equal.
you distribute the negative sign?
If I wanted to, I could make it negative n plus 2 over n minus 4, but it's not really going to help me much.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay? Fun. And then did you say number 6?
Yeah. Said 6 and 7.
Michaela?
Yeah.
So you say number 6? Okay.
It's long three.
So you wanted 6 through 10.
He wanted to like.
You wanted 6 through 10.
Okay, so number 6. Same as before, I need to get a common denominator. No factoring that I can do here because there's no plus or minus stuff in either denominator. I can do better than 32 though. I can do better than 16. 2 is smaller than both 4 and 8, so that won't work. Yeah, 8. So to multiply this by 2 and multiply this by 2. So that'll make this an 8 and that an 8, so they will match.
10 by x squared.
Yep, good. I have an x cubed here and I only have an x there, so I need to tack on an x squared on the bottom and an x squared on the top. I have a y cubed here and I only have a y, so I need a y squared on the bottom and a y squared on the top. Okay? So now we're pretty much done. On top I get 3 minus 2x squared y squared, and on the bottom I get 8x cubed y cubed. And I can't factor anything out of the top because 3 and 2 don't share a common factor, so that's it. All right?
Definitely got that one.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I know that you have more problems that you have not finished, but that's not necessarily because you don't understand them. That's because on Friday you sat around in class and didn't do anything after you did this worksheet. So get these